And I'm also recalling your interview on Aubrey Marcus's show where you use that birth analogy. You keep coming back to that many times. And there's something you said in that interview with Aubrey about, and you kind of like, everyone kind of skipped over it, but it was like the Earth being a focal point for the whole galaxy right now, like what's happening here being of interest to sort of every aspect of the universe. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah. Yeah. So like I can go into okay. I more and more I operate mythologically.
Mm-hmm.
So I can step into a reality, a mythic reality, and speak from there. So let me speak from the mythic reality of extraterrestrials and UFOs and that whole, it is kind of a mythology, right? There's these different alien races. There's the Arcturians, there's the Pleiadians, there's the negative ETs, the grays, the whatever. Are you familiar with this whole?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. And I call it a mythology, not because it's unreal or imaginary, but because you can't fully understand it thinking objectively. So I will enter that reality and I can say that many, many extraterrestrial races are taking a great interest in what's happening here. It may seem to us that this is just some inconsequential backwater of the galaxy, an ordinary star on the outskirts of an ordinary galaxy in an ordinary galaxy cluster. What does it matter to the vast cosmos, whether the human experiment fails or not, whether we end up destroying the planet? What does it matter? Well, it actually matters a lot. And that's why so many extraterrestrial races are giving so much attention, watching with bated breath what happens and playing whatever role is proper for them to play. Because if we pass through this particular initiation, through this particular birth process, we do so on behalf of the whole cosmos. Again, inner and outer reflect each other. The macrocosm and the microcosm. What happens here happens everywhere in some way, just as what happens to any person on Earth happens to you. In some way, some strand of their experience penetrates your being. And the greatest triumph of some unknown person in Somalia is in some way your triumph also, because you're not separate from them. And by the same token, we're not separate from any of the other races in this world, in this universe. And if we do not pass our initiation, then that is an evolutionary event that does not happen in the cosmos. In that interview, I think it's in the story I wrote actually in my book, The More Beautiful World. I said, no planet has ever gone this far into separation and made it through. Like other planets have become even more fucked up than we are, but they've perished. But we can make it through. And if we do, it'll be the first time that it's gone this bad and someone still made it through. And that therefore opens a new chapter in cosmic evolution. So it doesn't mean that our transcendence, our metamorphosis is guaranteed, but it means that it's possible. Possible in the sense that you've got something to do with it. Like we're put here because it's possible. And this is something that has pretty much saved me in the last couple of years as I had bouts of pretty intense despair around what was happening in the world, the biomedical totalitarianism and so forth. I key moments I remembered, if it were hopeless, I wouldn't be here. I'm here because I'm needed. And I'm not saying that just for me, I'm saying that for every single person listening. If it were hopeless, you wouldn't be put here with the particular gifts that you have. You have a role to play. How do I know that? I know it because it's true. And I'm sure that you can feel the truth also.
There's on the flip side, there's the like inevitability of our success. Like sometimes I find that I am like, oh, I can just coast a little bit. Like I don't have to be working so hard because it feels true to me that like we'll inevitably make it through this birthing process.
We will not we will not inevitably make it through the birthing process. And it is okay sometimes to coast, necessary. Like look at childbirth. It's not one continuous contraction. It's a contraction and a pause, a rest, a contraction, a pause that maybe intensify, reaching a crescendo, and then a new stage begins. We are in the contraction stage right now, and a lot of us experience it. Contraction, pause. If in the pause you think, uh-oh, I'm not doing anything now, you're not understanding the process. But it's not inevitable. It's likely.
Mm.
But not all childbirths end in a live birth. Sometimes the baby dies, sometimes the mother dies. Not all indigenous initiations are sometimes people die in those too. They're for real.
Hey friend, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this particular clip, then I have something else I want to tell you about, which is the League of Superconductors. It's a business mastermind that I run to elevate the greatest change makers of our time. That is people that I like to call quantum entrepreneurs, metaphysical, spiritual teachers, healers, coaches, light workers of different types. And this is a year-long business mastermind starting in May of 2022. So if that's the type of thing that you're looking for, if you're looking to better fuel your mission by having a business that brings in all the abundance you're looking for, that both operates at the 3D level, serving the people of Earth, and at a multi-dimensional level, bringing in all of the higher wisdom and experience that you have access to. That's what we're doing. So if that sounds like something for you, then you can check out the link below, read a little bit more about the program, what we do each month. And I also invite you to apply for a call with me, a strategy session. We can get to know each other. I'll coach you a little bit, and you can decide if that might be the exact thing that you've been looking for. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.